1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Okay. Hello, internet world. Alright. This is not a story time video. I'm coming at you to talk about this fucking movie I saw. This is essentially a movie review, okay? Fuck that stupid ass. You know what, actually? If I was smart, let's do this. Wow, that's great. I'm so fucking dumb. What do you want, man? But, okay. This is this movie review. I'm sure that although I don't think anything I'm gonna say or plan to say is technically offensive in any kind of way, I'm talking about sensitive subjects here. So I'm sure that there's a way to make everything I say offensive, okay? Just because I'm talking about shit that is not supposed to be talked about. But it is the theme of the short movie that I sort of watched. I skipped around in it. But I basically saw it, you know. So, anyways, without further ado. So, okay, I was looking on YouTube for some stupid ass shit I wanted to see, and then below the shit I was gonna look at, I saw this fucking short film. I'm pretty sure it was independently made. I mean, you know, it's just a short YouTube video. I mean, it had pretty high production. I don't know who it's made by, but apparently they said that they made this short film to raise awareness about a few issues, which is what this movie is about. So, actually, before I get into it, let me fucking close this window, just in case somebody's out there. I don't want them to be too scarred by what I'm gonna talk about. If they're just walking back there with their kids or something. You can see it's dark, okay? It's nighttime, that means we get to talk about adult things right now. Alright, basically this short film is called Unwatchable, and basically it's about soldiers coming in out of nowhere and just raping the shit out of this family, okay? And I didn't know it was about that at first. Like, I saw the thumbnail. It was this kid who I thought was a boy at first. It turns out it's a girl, but who gives a shit? We're in a post-gender world. This fucking blonde kid was like looked like they were on a kitchen table flailing, and there was like 4 people like pinning them. And this is apparently a rape scene, right? But I couldn't tell that from the image. It actually looked like they were trying to cut the kid's arm off or some shit, and the soldiers were doing that, and the other soldiers were just like, you know, pinning the kid. But it actually turned out that they were raping the kid. But I couldn't tell that by the image. There was actually no weapons involved except for dick. Okay? Which you don't see in the video. Okay, this movie is called Unwatchable. It's not unwatchable. Okay, if you've seen any war movies before, first of all, unwatchable to me means it's like either super fucked up or it's like real life footage. This is not real life footage, okay? Yeah, it's supposed to, supposedly, according to the people who made it, it's supposed to spread awareness about, like, this type of war crimes or whatever. But, like, every fucking war movie is meant to show how fucked up war is. There's way more war movies that are anti-war, I think, than movies that are pro-war. That's just, I don't know, that's my opinion, whatever. But, anyways, if you've seen any of that shit, if you've seen Apocalypse Now, if you've seen Black Hawk Down, probably Saving Private Ryan, I haven't seen that movie, but it's supposed to be good, I guess, whatever. If you've seen any of these fucking war movies, or you've seen any movie where somebody got raped, or injured, or fucked up in any type of way, you've already seen this movie, okay? This little movie is nothing special, okay? But let me tell you this shit, okay? So this movie wouldn't even be noteworthy to me, this short film, whatever it is, but except there is so many questions in the storyline of the short film that it's just, when you look between the lines, it actually raises a lot of questions. I know the whole point of the movie is just to be like, look at how horrible this shit is, and how horrible, like, soldiers can be, and that war is hell, and look at how they raped this innocent family, and, like, killed, yeah, I'm pretty sure they killed, yeah, they blew his brains out in the end. They killed the dad. Then they threw the daughter that they had been raping the whole time, like, on the kitchen table. They threw her on top of her dad's dead body, and then at the end, the camera was kind of panning away, but it looked like they were gonna rape her on top of the dad's dead body. Then there's, like, a little sister or something, and she was, like, running away, but then they had, like, a, you know, the camera was, like, from a helicopter or airplane or something. Probably helicopter, you know. And, or maybe drone, I don't know. It wasn't from the air, okay? The camera was in the air, it was an air view. And they showed the little girl running, and then she was running into, she was running, like, into this like, hedges or something. And then they went, like, past the hedges, and they showed there was, like, more soldiers coming. So basically the kid's gonna die, too. But, or maybe be fucked and raped like her older sister, or whatever the fuck. So... But it's like, they don't show anything. It's not graphic. Like, this is not porn, you know? Like, they're not showing... They don't even show anything, like, suggestively, like, bad. Like, if I was making the movie, okay, you could get away with some shit. Like, you could, like, you could show, like, the edge of the kitchen table, show, like, a little bit of her thighs and her ass, and show, like, a bunch of blood coming down or some shit like that. Like, that would have been more than what they showed. This is a clean movie. For what it's supposed to be talking about... For the shit it's supposed to be talking about, it was honestly, like, really clean and, like, kind of, like, almost, like, Disney-ish in the way they were doing it. So, I don't know. But, look, okay, obviously war is hell. Rape is hell and all the other shit is bad, okay? So they're just making an obvious point, saying this shit is bad. Of course it's fucking bad. We know that shit. But here's the thing that's curious to me, okay? Number one. The location of this story, okay? So basically what happens is that, like, they say that this is supposed to be about war crimes in the Congo. So, the Congo of Africa, right? When you hear about war crimes in the Congo of Africa, what do you think about? Maybe you think about, like, Heart of Darkness, probably think about some, you know, some slaves being forced to work on, like, rubber, or I don't even know what they're mining. They said it was mining for minerals to go into cell phones or some shit like that, which, you know, I'm not surprised. You know, blood rubber, blood diamonds, blood everything, man. So I'm sure it's true that, like, horrific atrocities are committed to get gasoline, to get everything, you know, to every fucking industry in the world has some type of horrific, dehumanizing, like, just death, like, 8th circle of hell type bullshit where people are literally just, like, being piled on top of dead bodies when they're not even dead yet, and they're just being crushed to death, and this shit goes on. Every major company, resource thing in the world does this shit, okay? So, but when you think about, yeah, injustices and war crimes being done in the Congo, what do you think? You probably think of some slaves, or, like, you know, you probably think of, like, these, like, you know, I don't know, man, if you're like me, you probably think of, like, black Africans being fucking mistreated by the white colonists from Europe. Is that racist to say? I hope not, because that's what I fucking think of, okay? If you told me, when I first saw that it said, like, this is about rape in the Congo and how awful it is, I did not expect the victims... Okay, basically, all the victims are white. Not only are they white, they're super blonde and shit. They're, like, so, like, blonde and so British, and, like, to me that just kind of raises a little bit of a red flag. Look, okay, nobody deserves to be raped or any of that fucking shit. But I'm just like, what is going on here? This is just not the story I expected to see, you know what I'm saying? Like, I expected to see, like, some, like, refugees, some fucking people being forced to live, like, in camps and, like, little tiny tents, like, starving, having not even being able to get water. Maybe the soldiers be, like, taunting them, be like, yeah, you gotta, like, suck my dick while my friend fucks you in the ass, bitch, and then it's like, you want this little piece of dirty ass water that I spit in and pissed in, but here, it's the only water you're gonna get, bitch, so fucking take it in the ass and shit. That's kind of the shit I expected to see. That was not what it was, okay? There is not a single black person in this whole thing, yet they're in Africa. So what's going on right there? Like, I mean, I know that, like, the entire world is mixed and blended at this point. It's 2020, but it's at the same time, it's just kind of like, it makes me ask some questions, because I'm like, okay, these people are really British, and not only are they really British and really blonde and living in Africa, but on top of all that shit, they seem like they're rich, okay? They have this big ass fucking house. The main girl, the teenager that got fucked on the table, she had like a Catholic school outfit or some kind of Christian school outfit. It was like a, you know, a school uniform, a stereotypical just fucking private school uniform. They had a big ass house. Did I just say that? It was very British too. It's just like it's just like, yeah, this whole, if they didn't say it was the Congo, you wouldn't know. You would think that this whole shit is taking place in England, because that's what it looks like, you know? They got this big old property, this big, huge piece of land, this big, in the beginning, the helicopter comes over the house, lands in their front yard, and all these soldiers come out, so literally, they have a fucking front yard that's big enough to land a military helicopter in, and then some. You ever heard that Nelly song? That's like, I think it's called Nellyville. Like, you ever heard that song? He's just talking about, like, you got enough room in the backyard to land a jet, or something like that. Well, this is literally that, okay? Like, no, it wasn't a jet, but it was a helicopter, and it was like, they had room. They had this whole fucking huge estate. It was an estate, bitch. And, like, they were just so blonde and so white, and I'm just like, you know, these people are fucking colonizers. And I don't know what they're doing in the Congo, but it can't be good. And, I mean, okay, they could be just minding their own business. Oh, okay, look, I can accept the fact that white people live in Africa. We know this, okay, fine. Whatever, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Everybody lives everywhere, okay? But, like, if they were like a working class looking family, if they looked like they lived in a normal ass neighborhood, if they looked like they were poor just like everybody else, and the whole like neighborhood was being terrorized by these fucking soldiers, that's kind of what I expected it to be in the first place. But it wasn't that. It was like, these people are obviously like the top of the food chain of some huge corporation or some shit like that, to have this big ass mansion and just be looking so fucking, you know, so rich and shit. And I'm just like, what business are they in? What business are they in? And then, you know what I mean? To have all this money, and I'm just like, you don't have that much money unless you're exploiting some people, okay? So, I'm not saying this family deserved this shit, especially because they seem to mostly go after the teenager, which of course they did, because reasons. But, like, so that shit, obviously this shit is wrong, okay? But I'm just saying, like, this is giving me, like, this is not giving me, like, oh, innocent, like, angelic family, like, and this horrible people just attack them for no reason. Nah, bitch. Soldiers, even if they're not even a real military, even if they're just militia or some, like, fucking mercenaries or some shit, like, I don't know who the fuck they are, but they come for a reason. They come for a reason. Soldiers don't do anything for no reason. They do it because they're being told to do it. And they're being told because whoever is hiring them and is in charge of them wants something. And they want these guys to go in and fuck the scene up to either make a point or get something. That's pretty much the only options, you know? And usually both, you know? So, I'm just like, it's kind of giving me this vibe of like, like The Godfather or something, like two mafias, like, and you're just seeing this little clip, like, this is not innocent people, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like this family has been tied into some shit. This family is probably responsible for hella slavery and hella fucked up ass shit, and like probably like whole states worth of people in Africa being starved, and then this fucking British white ass family with their big like mansion, fucking turn of the century looking mansion and shit, their big ass English garden, like they're just reaping in all this money like hand over fucking fist, like over the backs of these like Africans. That's like the kind of the vibe I'm getting. They didn't say any of that in the movie, so I don't know. I have no fucking idea what's going on, but that's just kind of what it just seemed to be like maybe that's what was being hinted at, you know? And it's funny because I'm sure the makers of the movie put all this like pretext, post-text, and like text written under the video too, like in YouTube, that, you know, this family is the victim, we're trying to stop this war crimes and stuff like that. So it is supposed to be like a black and white, like good and bad like movie, like a simple story of like, look at these terrible people doing this terrible stuff. But when I look at it, I see hella subtext. Like, I'm just like, okay, who is this white British family? How did they get this much money? Why are they living in the Congo with all this money instead of living in Europe somewhere? How did they make this money? Who had to suffer for them to have this big extravagant lifestyle? And who is sending these soldiers in to fuck their life up? And why? Is it revenge? Is it because they're just a rival, like, equally corrupt mafia clan family that they just want to take all the minerals from this rich white British blonde family? Like, are they just trying to take over their turf? Are they just trying to be like, your company is gonna be mine? Like, maybe it's like a rival boss is like maybe the CEO or somebody. Maybe it was like maybe like the mom or dad or somebody who's like, you know, maybe they wanted to do like a merger or some kind of like business deal or something, and then they skinflinned the other company. They were like, nah, we're not gonna work with you, like, we're cool, we're just raking in all our cash, you know, all our euros and shit. And then the other company's like, you're not gonna work with me, huh? Oh, you got a cute teenage daughter? I have 5 soldiers. Let's see how this plays out, you know? Like, I just kind of feel like that's what seemed to be what's going on. Like, you know, like some weird mafia, like, crime family shit. And then on top of it, you know, it's so funny. I said something earlier about it being, like, Disney-fied. Okay, like, you know how Disney, they have all these, like, you know, they tend to make the good guys, like, all cute and shit. When I say cute and good looking, okay, I'm just... It's in the old-fashioned, like, mannequin sense of the word and shit. So, yes, beauty is in the eye of the beholder and all shit, but we know it's radio-friendly. And we know it's TV-friendly and shit like that, okay? So, anyways, I don't think I didn't notice that all the I think it was, like, 5 soldiers in total. They have 4... No, there was more. There was, like, 3 or 4 people that was, like, involved in the rape. And then there was, like, 2 people... like, harassing the dad, holding him at gunpoint, and then there was, like, one more that was, like, holding the mom at gunpoint, and I guess they just wanted the parents to watch, or whatever the fuck. So that's, like, say it was only 3 of them in the kitchen, because I don't remember. So that's, like, 6 soldiers. So, all of them, they were, like, they either had, like, helmets on or shaved head. You didn't see their hair, I don't remember. They seemed bigger. They seemed like they had, like, broader faces. They just seemed bigger, more intimidating. But then there was this 7th guy, this extra dude, who was, like, I don't know if he's literally smaller than the other guys. They're probably all the same size. But the way that they shot the movie, they made him look smaller. Because he's supposed to be, like, the good soldier or whatever. He didn't fucking stop any of this shit from happening, but, you know, I guess he didn't want to have to go up against 6 soldiers that are clearly fucking, you know, bloodlusting and shit like that. And I don't know how this guy got this fucking job. Like, what the... I have a lot of questions about his ass, too. How the fuck did he get this fucking job? Like, okay, basically all the rest of them were doing this fucking shit in the house, fucking the shit up. And then, but there was this extra dude, and he was, like, hiding around the corner. And for some reason, none of the other soldiers seemed to notice that he was opting out. He was hiding around the corner. He had his whole camo thing. At first I thought he was like part of the family, like a brother or something. But no, he had a uniform on. He had like a Kevlar vest, and he had camo on. But look at this. He did not have a shaved head. He didn't have a military haircut, okay? He was like, they purposely just made him like this cute little dude, this cute little radio friendly, like he is so cute. He looks like he has this baby face. He has this cute little like shadow right here. He way different than all the other guys. They purposely made him look like these big fucking trolls and shit, these ogres and shit. And it's just so like Disney, you know? It's just like bad, ugly, good, cute, you know what I mean? And I know I'm just fucking filing down all the edges by saying that, but that's what they're doing. That's the vibe. They are filing down edges. They are just making it fucking simplified as fuck. And like this dude, yeah, he's like this little baby, and I'm just like, when all the other 6 soldiers see that he is opting out, that he's hiding, and not only is he hiding, but he's like around the corner. He's not even just it's not like he's standing behind them being like, I don't really like what's going on, so I'm just kind of gonna stand back, and I'm not gonna like put hands or anything like that, like, but I'm just gonna stand here because I don't want to be involved, but at the same time, like, I am part of this platoon, so like, you know, I'm gonna try not be involved, but I mean, like, I am here, you know, but like, he didn't do that. He's literally like hiding behind like a wall, like around the corner. He's hiding from his own teammates. And he's like curled up, like, I swear to God, he's like this, he's got his knees up like that, and he's like this, something shit like that, and he had, yeah, he has no helmet. I don't know what the fuck happened to his helmet. He doesn't have long hair, but it's longer than, like, the rest of them. The rest of them all have, like, you know, they look military as fuck. You know, they look like prison guards and shit. Like, this guy looks like some cute little fucking, like, boy band singer that they just put in a little cute army outfit. And I even think he had less gear than the rest of them, too, which is probably to make him look smaller. Because, you know, all that fucking gear they wear, like, it bulks him up. I didn't see him have any gun. I didn't see him have a backpack. He didn't have fucking anything, you know? And, anyways, on top of all this shit, he had a fucking teddy bear, and, like, the head was ripped off it. And I'm assuming that was, like, something that was in the house that maybe the soldiers found, and they were just, like... They just, like, fuck this toy, and they just ripped the head for no reason other than they're supposed to be evil, you know? And then, but no, I don't think they ever explained it. Like, he just kind of had this teddy bear, and the head was off of it. And he was just, like, kind of squeezing the head. Like, and at one point, he kind of, like, puts his mouth on it, looks like he's kind of, like, chewing it, like, out of fear, you know? Like a little kid, you know? And he looks like he's like about to cry. Then he sees the little small daughter who was outside picking flowers, and she has a white dress on, and she's really blonde. Oh my God. She looks like a Hallmark angel child. She looks in the window, and then he sees her. They kind of like connect, and like then she runs away or whatever. I also watched this without sound, so I might have been missing a couple things, but I didn't feel like hearing all this stupid screaming and bullshit. I can just watch, okay? So anyways, I'm just saying, like, this dude, the way he was acting, obviously I like it, okay? He was cute. He was cute as hell. He was cute as shit. I would love to squeeze a guy like that. But the point is, look, if this is a real life situation, which obviously it was a movie, so it's not, but if it was, I'm just like, you're about to get it next. All 6 of your fucking platoon mates are gonna rape you next because they're gonna call you a coward. They're gonna treat you even worse than that fucking girl because the girl is just a girl. They don't care about her. Like, they don't care a fuck about her. They're only doing it to make a point to her parents and whoever the fuck the mob boss that hired them. They don't even see her as human. She's just a tool to them. But you, on the other hand, You are supposed to be their brother that's supposed to be with them. You're supposed to be a team. You're supposed to be doing everything together. You're supposed to be on the same page, and you're supposed to be obedient and shit, and you're supposed to be bloodthirsty. Don't you know this is the fucking army, bitch? And if they think you're cowardly, oh my god. I've never been in the army or anything like that, but I am an American, so I feel like I kind of understand the mindset at least a little bit. Being a coward is like one of the worst fucking things you can fucking do. Like, they are gonna literally like want you dead, and they're not just gonna like shoot you easily and let you die easy. They're gonna like choke you for a while and then let you breathe a little bit and then choke you again. They're gonna continue doing that because they fucking hate you so much. They hate cowards. Oh my god, they hate cowards. That's like the worst thing you can do. They see that as like the ultimate fucking like betrayal and shit, and they won't be able to trust you. They're gonna run a train on your little cute ass, bitch. My god, that cute little fucking, like, that little 5 o'clock shadow mouth, you guys gonna be full of cum, because they're gonna be running fucking trains on your stupid ass. Oh my god, bitch. I can't believe he hid behind that little corner. He's gonna get it so bad. Oh my god, when they get on that helicopter and they go home, they're gonna be fucking him, like, as long as they can. They're gonna be, like, doing, like, driving the helicopter extra slow back home so they can just fuck him more. Because they hate him so fucking much, you know. Oh my god. They're gonna be waterboarding him and fucking him at the same time. Shit like that, okay? Anyways, where was I? Off the cute guy. I don't even remember what I was gonna say now. Oh, I remember. There was this really weird part when they're like raping the teenage girl where they throw... You know, they're all just doing this typical shit. They're like, yeah, yeah. You can see them laughing. They're kind of smiling, grinning, and doing all that stupid shit, you know, just to show that they're partying and they're having a good time, you know. They're enjoying themselves and shit. And they're yelling taunts and, you know, just being a bunch of stupid pieces of shit. And then, but yeah, at one point, they're in the kitchen and they, like, throw something on her face. I'm pretty sure it's flour. I don't really know what it was, but it looked like flour to me, but anyway, yeah, they dumped a whole bunch of, like, flour on her face, so that her whole face was just all, like, you know, all powdery white and shit like that, and, I'm just like, what is the point of that? Like, I almost kind of wondered if that was, like, supposed to be symbolic, like, they're just like, white bitch, but, okay, here's the other thing. I told you before that there's not a single black person in the whole, movie, and like, yeah, all the soldiers are white as far as I saw. I mean, they looked pretty white to me. You couldn't see all of them in detail. I mean, if I watched it again, I could probably see each soldier individually, but every single one of them seemed like they were white. The cute guy looked like maybe a little bit like, he might have like a quarter Middle Eastern in him, or he might have like a quarter Latino or something like that. But pretty much all of them, they're just totally white. There's definitely no fucking, like, African-looking people. There's nothing like that. So it's just so weird to me that this is specifically set in the Congo, and that they go out of their way to say that. But it doesn't look like Africa. It does. I mean, I'm sure Africa's got all these different parts, and it wasn't even South Africa. I mean, I think I know where the Congo is on the map, right? Congo is like, it's like in the west, I think, you know, something like that. It's kind of like in the middle section, you know. South Africa is like the bottom, right? So, I mean, I don't have a map in front of me, but I know that South Africa is, you know, known to have a lot of the descendants of colonists and stuff. So it would make more sense to me if this was South Africa, and that, like, I don't know, and then it would make more sense if it was like an African army or something being like, we want to take this shit back from the white people. But it wasn't anything like that. It was nothing like that. It was like, yeah, it's in the Congo, and yet I'm just like, why is everybody so white? Why is everyone so European? Like, who is fighting who? Who are these soldiers? That's really what I want to know. I mean, it's pretty obvious that, like, the British family, the ones that get attacked, like, they are the descendants of colonists, or possibly if they're, like, you know, the owners of, like, a big corporation or factory or something, which they might be because they look pretty rich. Like, they're not just your ordinary fucking run-of-the-mill assholes. Like, like, I don't know, they're clearly the colonists, okay? But these soldiers, they look pretty colonist too. So I'm like, who are these soldiers? Where are they coming from? And who are they? Who's in control of them? Who's telling them to attack? And why? There's obviously like a feud going on in the background. Like, this is war. This is a demonstration of war. And I'm just like, what is this war about? Who are the sides in this war? What are they fighting? I mean, they said that they were fighting over the cell phone minerals, but that doesn't tell me anything. Like, what's going on? Who wants to take the cell phone minerals from who? Or is it because they want control of the mines or something? Like, I really don't fucking know. There's just so, I mean, I know that all the fucking assholes online and all the fucking hoity-toity little fucking snippety, snot-nosed pieces of shit would just be like, educate yourself. Well, why don't you fucking educate me, bitch, and be nice about it too? You better put your fucking ego and arrogance in check, bitch. But, you better fucking educate me like a friend, bitch. Don't educate me like you think I'm so lowly and small and blah blah blah, you know. Don't fucking talk that way to me, asshole. I'm gonna do whatever I want, and don't fucking get in my face, bitch. Stay the fuck out of my face. Anyways, but anyways, I'm just saying, these are the questions that the shit raises. I don't know what's going on in that part of the world. I don't know what's going on. I'm sure it's a lot of fucked up shit. There's a lot of fucked up shit going on all over the place. And, but, you know, it just raises more questions than answers. And it's funny how a simple movie that's, like, trying to be brutal, but it's clearly not made by people who have ever seen anything that's actually brutal. Like, it could have been so much more. But, anyways, a simple little movie trying to say war crimes are bad, rape is bad, and killing is bad. Yeah, no shit. Thanks for informing me of that. Yeah, no shit. But the interesting thing is all the things that aren't said, all the things that are glossed over, and it's kind of like if you go into like if you're watching like a murder mystery or something like that, and you see like this obvious like corpse on the floor and blood all around and stuff like that, and it's kind of like, all right, well, that's the obvious part. Somebody got murdered here, you know. But then all the stuff in the background, all the stuff you just see in the background of the apartment and the house, and like, oh wait, why was that there? That looks kind of weird. Why is there... Somebody left like an umbrella on the stairs. Does that mean something? Like, that's kind of weird. And then like, oh, hey, do you notice that like this bathroom door doesn't have a handle on it? You know? And there's like a dinner like set out in the kitchen, but like you know, like only one set of bowls look like they were used, and the rest of them are like totally clean, you know? Like, what's the deal with that? It's kind of like that, you know? Like, it's just kind of like you start noticing these weird details, and it's just kind of like, I wonder what the full story is, you know? Anyway, I suppose if I got curious enough, I can educate myself, but where do I start? I don't know. I don't know what's the best thing to look at first, you know? And I'm sure anything like that has to do with war, violence, and all this horrible shit, and money and power and resources, all tied up together. I'm sure that there's like, you know, multiple sides. They each want to have their propaganda. One side is going to be like, look at how fucking horrible this is. Then I'm sure there's another side out there being like, oh, you thought that was bad. Well, let me show you what this rich white family, let me show you the kind of horrors they were perpetrating it, and why these soldiers got sent in. And it'll be like, oh, you see all these like factory workers with like their arms ripped off, shit like that. So like they, you know, they had to go faster and faster because like they couldn't fucking, they had to make more fucking shit for the man, you know, and like their bodies don't even mean anything. And then it's like they're just like, you know, they can't get any help for their diseases or anything like that. People are just throwing their bodies in mass graves, shit like that. So anyways, I think that's all I got to say. Anyways, yeah. Bye.